Hello, everyone, or should I say Ave and Salvete, or Ave and Salute. My Latin's not very good, and I don't know why I'm speaking it, because we are the island nation of Knossos here in the Imperator, where last time we started our unification of Crete, and I think we're going to try to finish it this time. Thanks for anyone who's been watching. If you have any comments, specifically about how much I'm bad at the game and how I can fix that, please do leave them down below. I need them. I've got a terminal case, as the Romans would say, of a dumb brain, stupid ass brain when it comes to this game, because it's been quite a few. It's been a very long time since I've played it. But I think, oh, do we have forts here? We do. I don't want forts here because fort has maintenance costs, right? Yeah, there's a huge fort maintenance cost. We really do not need this many forts. I'm sure we're going to need these forts at some point, but these both connect to my capital, so this doesn't need a fort. And once we let that time tick over a little bit here, let's slow time just down a little bit. I think fort maintenance, yeah, there we go. Fort maintenance has gone down. And let's pause just a second. Where are we going to invade next? I think you guys, Ira Petra. We'll call them that because I'm not pronouncing it any other way. You have no alliances with anyone else. All these people have Cassius Belli against you. So I guess I'm not the only person in Crete to have gone with the total war regime. That's fine. I would love to move my army down here and declare war on you. And I think I'll just do that. You have 4 ships in your fleet. You have a massive, mercenary fleet down there, which is a little concerning, to say the least. But you only have 1 fort. I believe our ally will join us. We're still at war with Sparta. They haven't shown up yet, and I'm not going to, our war exhaustion is pretty high. And that gives population happiness debuffs and our ruler popularity debuff. But our military experience is going up, so I'm fine with that. Let's at least take these guys out before we start talking about evil peace. They should show up, which is excellent. Our ally here, Eleuthera. Oh my god, this game's going to kill me. Alright, my first levy army, led by my Basileus, will move over here. Let's speed up time a little bit again. Pretender support, bad ratio. Delphi has been sieged. Who sieged Delphi? Delphi has threatened. The barbarian hordes have marched on Delphi. You're a tribal chief. Oh, and you're invading Delphi? Oh my, no. You can't steal from Delphi. That's our holiest temple, I think. That's sacrilege. Absolute sacrilege. Alright, this is not a good battle at first. Mesembembra imperiled. Oh yes, okay, so these people, the city seat of Mesembera, are being invaded by some sort of tribals. I'm not particularly worried about that. It looks like they're not able to move around. The Gauls in Anatolia. Some tribes that besieged Pella, or Peia, have crossed over the Bosphorus and the Dardanelles. They raided Asia Minor and sacked some smaller cities, yet they remain largely unnoticed. The Didochi, and Epigognoi are busy squabbling, and the smaller city-states have to supply them. Thus, the tribes meet no resistance. So this is how the Gauls ended up in Anatolia. The Galatians, I think. Yeah, that's interesting. I actually didn't know that. I also noticed you're not getting on your ships, so that's on you, I guess. Pause for a second. Our current war exhaustion is 8 out of 30. Yeah, okay, it's getting quite high. We have disloyal characters, but none that I'm too worried about. Maybe it's a wise idea to bribe some of our disloyal characters. It's gonna mess with our corruption, but I'm fine with that. Bad research. Pretender support's still there. We can call that another omen. Manpower is fine for the time being. We haven't really lost that many men in the war. I would love population capacity. I would love, something better. Much better. Was there a temple here? I swear there was a temple. This is the temple. Oh, no, this is the political one. Where's the temple one? Religious and holy sites. There we go. Yes, we are sieging a temple. Maybe we can steal some artifacts. We'll use this omen, I guess. I don't know if it costs any currency. I'm sure it does. Back to political map mode so I can see 28% chance each tick that we're going to take Aeropatnia in Crete here. Last of the Argras BDs. One of the fabled veterans. We already had this event. He's welcome in Knossos. Maybe he can be a general. That wouldn't be too bad. It's not like he has familiar support, so it won't be too much of a risk against me. This will gain us the cruel trait, which again is something I don't want done, but I would love to just let the men roam freely. We're not good people. Pause real quickly. My Basileus, the siege of Hypertina, the siege lasted 132 days. Knossos now controls the province. The garrisons are allowed to march out. Were they really allowed to march out? Because it seems like we enslaved 2 of the population. Let's go ahead and take this last territory. It looks like they went ashore, or rather went to boat. Wait, does this have a fort too? That's insane if it does. That's too many forts. White peace. Alright, the Spartans want white peace with me, it looks like. Or rather, white peace will be enforced because we've defended the war goal for long enough. That's fine. Yeah, Sparta hasn't really done anything, which I'm glad for, I will say. We really do need to focus on our navy at some point. Celtic Phrygia. Okay, that's just more of the Celtic and Gallic people moving in there. Okay, we've won that siege as well, and what we're going to do is at 100%, we're going to sue for peace. And we're taking all of this territory. Oh, man. Our enemies deserve no quarter. I don't know if it's a good idea to ingratiate or integrate some of the conquered families into my kingdom. I'm not going to do it right now because I think it's quite expensive. There is a fort here, and I think we're going to get rid of it. I don't feel like we need that many. Well, like a fort here would make sense. No, it wouldn't, because it only connects to 1 territory. This connects to 3. However, this is also backed up by these 2 territories. Yeah, I'm not paying for all these forts right now. We'll build forts in the future if we need to. Because we can get much more valuable things built in here instead. Oh, with all the slaves we're capturing, it'd be good for the economy. There is a slave output, if I remember correctly. Oh, there's so much reading. My eyes are so tired. Let's see. Here we go. Slaves needed for surplus. And the desired slave ratio. I think it's the mill that we want then. The local tax office would also be useful because the slaves do produce tax. Really, it only works if we have a slave population. So we have to see how much this is going to cost us to build. I think we'll build a mill first. Each mill would give us the following benefit. Local civilization level. Slaves needed for surplus labor is -1. I don't know where to check if I have surplus labor. I'm sure it's on the screen somewhere. Local slave happiness goes up because they have a mill. We're limited to 3 of these in any given territory. 0 current mills present. Goods produced go up. Local slave desired happiness goes up. Local slave our desired ratio goes up. Local slave happiness goes. You know what? We'll build a mill. We've been taking a lot of slaves, and since we've destroyed all of these things here, we're gonna need to fill them up with something else. There's no slave population here. Barracks will give us a larger modifier when it comes to manpower, so that's a good idea. This is a real city right here. Ooh. Foundry. Could I not build a foundry in my, I could have. but I have to centralize production, that's why. Alright, maybe we won't go on a huge building spree quite yet. You don't have anything at the moment. I don't want a tribal settlement. That's just madness to me. We can make these places grow more in population, but I just don't think it's worth it right now, just how much everything costs. The Antigonid cause waivers. Antigonos' death, combined with the recent setbacks, fractured the stability of the Cyclops kingdom. However, his heir and co-king, Demetrius, has vowed to hold the kingdom together despite the defection of local governments to neighboring Diadochi and crumbling support in his remaining holdings. That's interesting, because, yeah, that was massive. Is Thrace part of the Diadochi? They consider themselves part of the Diadochi? And then Macedonian. Although Antagonids control Macedonia. We're gonna stick pretty Hellenistic in this world, I'm afraid. I know how much everyone loves Rome, and they're going to become a problem sooner or later. But, military access from Cadonia. Why? You're at war with Gortia. I think you're going to be invaded next, my guys. And then that really just leaves these two and then integrating our vassal. You know, they've been very loyal to us, but they do need to become our part of our greater Crete. And I do think our flag will change, much like many other Paradox games when that happens. I'm going to deny that request. We have an import route in our capital, don't we? Yeah, we do. That's excellent. All right. Let's go to... There we go. That's what I wanted. Is there any stone? It's just slave happiness. Build cost time goes down. Slave happiness, oratory, tech, investment. Local food modifier. Slave move cost. I like the local food modifiers, to be honest. More citizen happiness would be quite nice. The freemen are pissed. Oh my god. Well, why don't we grab something that'll make them happy? And we can get that from... Oh, what do you know? The Ptolemaic Kingdom. I'm really hoping we have a good relationship with them. I am more than willing to bow down. That's never been a problem for me when it comes to someone much stronger and much wealthier. I will bootlick like the best of them. I don't know how I would get into that sort of status because diplomatic relations are controlled by your relative size, and they can offer a client kingdom sort of thing, but we can't be allies. We're not equals. We won't be equals for a while either. Even if we take all of Crete, I think we just get regional power. War Justin should start to go down. The reason it's not... The rise of Pergamon. Okay, I don't care. The reason it's not going down right now is partially because we have levies up. Is there a policy I can enact, or a law, to lower war exhaustion? I have very little in the way of political influence right now. I should probably look at my government and see if I can rearrange some things. Over here. Offices, and... I'm getting 0.7. Aggressive expansion change. So he's giving us -7. Is there anyone better at this job? That's just popularity. Does it tell me how much better he'd be at the job? So it's by charisma, I think. He has 12 charisma. He has 6 charisma, right? Then this guy would be better. It's effective rating of 3 out of 15 cents. Their peak, they will reach 7. I'd rather this man have it. I think that might piss off one of the families, but I don't care. Hopefully we get... Yeah, we have a much larger aggressive expansion debuff. So that's good. The Ship of State. The renowned philosopher Demondemus Carcides believes that the world will never be free of its evils until the kings and princes of the world have the spirit and power of philosophy. The Ship of State must be captained only by men of wisdom, benevolence, and authority. He's identified... Is that me? When did I go bald? I wasn't always bald. Did I just reach a certain age? Okay. I guess once you reach 30 in Crete, your hair just falls off instantly, as one of the potential to learn these true virtues of the ruler under his diligent tutelage. You know what? Allow him to teach me, because that gains 2 legitimacy. Influence of the Timotheus family. The fate of the kingdom and that of the Timotheus family is and always will be intertwined. It's therefore a matter of great urgency that there are currently not enough Timotheid persons of quality ready to shoulder the responsibilities of the state. When it comes to pretenders, who's the pretender? Lydiadas, which is neither of these people. Recognizing our plight, 2 of our loyal clients have offered to fill the place. Their calling cannot be filled by anyone of the right birth. I can make one of these people belong to my family. We're going by stats, right? This man has terrible oratory. Great charisma, though. This guy's more well-rounded. All right, you know what? We'll adopt you. By accepting into our family, we're reducing its prestige and standing amongst the other families. I don't think that matters as much for us. What is in a name? By taking in Haphaestion as a member of the royal family, we have no doubt done him great favor. Shall he also be allowed to change his last name? Yeah, he's changing his last name. I don't think that has a negative modifier. And it's just going to be easier to identify him. The way it goes is we do have basic primogeniture, so our firstborn son, who is this small child, 7 years old, is most likely going to be our next heir. I mean, we could try an adoption thing. If we see a particularly good member of another family, or even the one we just got, we can have him adopted as our firstborn. But that's going to create pretender issues later on, I think. Scorned families have gone away, so that's excellent. Queuing events breakthrough. Ooh, gets 5 statesmen. Knossos gets 1 innovation. I would love to break down my armies, because, no, I don't want the ship. There it is. Because it is killing my economy, and my research especially. Where's breakdown army? Desecrate holy sites, and why am I not doing that? Military? Disband all levies. We cannot disband levies while at war. Oh, that's really annoying. That's very annoying. Can I just... white peace? White peace. Excellent. Philosopher King. Cabellinos, our basileus, has become an exemplary student of philosophy. Over the course of the year, he's learned much about political discourse. A monarch cannot rule unless the people are pacified. It's surely better to achieve this through clever oration than through sheer threat of violence. He's so my teacher is so pleased with the progress that he's agreed to remain permanently in Knossos to provide philosophical guidance. Are you a good philosopher? Doesn't look that way. You are a scholar. If you are governor, we have larger research points, and ruler, polymath, wise, coward, and monotonous. Interesting. Wise teacher, I become silver-tongued, Freeman Great Wonder Construction, and approved opinion. Ooh, that's excellent. And we're now can afford an innovation. I would love to get into probably professional army, although part of me likes slave masters. I like the idea of being able to capture more slaves for money. Let's go division, supply limit plus 10%, professional army. One of these things will help us unlock legions. What unlocks legions? Because we're going to get to that point very soon. So if we go to legions here. It is under my laws. And it is under military contract. We are not able to, when activated, will not be able to raise any legions. Military service. When activated, noble retinues. Raise a legion in the capital region. This is the law, right? I would love to. Can we just raise legions? These all say we can't raise them. These are all levy sides based. We don't have the right to laws to raise legions. Yeah, so it's one of the lower ones. And I don't think we can get to those yet because we don't have the unlocked tech. Yeah, it's regional power. That's okay, it's regional power that we're missing. Is it just regional power? It looks like it's just regional power. Alright, then what are we gonna get for, I think it's just something in the economy, right? Build time. Build time would be good. Build cost would be pretty good. National citizen output. National slave output would be nice. We'll go with right to be heard, so our citizens output more. That will help out with the inequities we have in research. We don't have a very large nobility population. It's a very small group compared to quite a large slave population, which, you know, I'm fine with. How's that building going? We have the mill. The mill's good. Our happiness looks pretty alright overall. Even the slaves are happy, so that's nice of them. I think building a tax office might be quite nice. It will cost me 63. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll build a tax office. Anything to get our money up. I'm very paranoid these guys would raise up this army. War exhaustion is going down. We're keeping the levies raised for now. You're not getting military access to March. What we are going to do very imminently is start marching into these guys, but I want the war exhaustion to go down quite a bit. Our settlement across the province of Crete are reporting that their crops yield will fall well below the normal amount this year, and already people throughout the area are stockpiling food and preparing for their worst. Local officials are requesting assistance. We'll do what we can. Yeah, we'll do what we can. It's falling pretty rapidly, you know? Maybe we'll be greedy. And we'll just start marching our army in that direction. Our levies are mostly archers. I'm gonna pause and see what is the best... Bottleneck seems like the best tactic to use, right? It has the 95% effectiveness just because we have so many archers. So we'll keep this army on that for now. And I think we're going to go to war with these guys. Now, they have the same number of men we do. I was hoping our ally would show up. We are going to win this battle, though. We're victorious. Excellent. Let's see if we can take them unawares over here. What's up, guys? You're in this war, right? If you can bring your army, I'd be very grateful. Alright, we've recovered our morale. I would love... No. Is it because we're in a fort we can't move forward? Oh, that's it, isn't it? God, they were going to recover all their morale very shortly. Okay, there's our ally. Thank you. Thank you for finally coming. Oh, they've attacked our navy. That's not good. Their navy is much better than ours. Scientific breakthrough. One of our researchers, Sostoratos, thinks he's just about to make a notable scientific breakthrough in the research he's currently working on. All he's needed is more supplies. Sure, he'll get more than... He can get more. This is corruption. I don't like that corruption getting out of hand. Sparta, what are you doing? You're also at war with them. That's interesting. Have you always been at war with them and they've just never accepted? Oh, we have another innovation. That's good. Go with Rights of Man just for more slave output. Slave latifundia. That name's not Greek at all. It's not Hellenistic. Alright, let's speed up time. 12th Olympiad. Who are we going to send? We sent this guy last time and he was terrible. We'll send him again, though. No, you're not getting military access. I don't want you to take them. Now, here's the question. How exactly am I going to... The Gortian Civil War ends. The bitter civil war in Gortia has finally come to an end. The loyal forces of Characles utterly crushing the rebel armies. Interesting. I didn't know there was a rebellion. That explains why they're on fire all of a sudden. I don't know, maybe they were very cold. I don't imagine Crete is a cold place. I've never been myself, but... Weary of war. Long periods of conflict have significantly affected the soldiers. Remind them of what happens to disloyal troops? Yes. Get the discipline going. Our war weariness is not going to get out of 30, though. Let the men roam freely. Oh, yes. Excellent. March on to the next point. And the 121st Olympic Games. The Great Olympic Games can end with much rejoicing and celebration. The highlights of this year was during the Pentcaration, a skilled wrestling event. During the brawl, Clearchos of Epirus scored a grievous blow against Aristodemos of Megara, rendering him senseless for nearly a full day. That sounds awful. Well, better luck next time. We still gain some popularity back, which is good. This is being quite harsh to our soldiers. But we need to be. We're a benevolent king. Benevolent, cruel king. I think we kicked that army out. I'm curious, is there an army that... Oh, Sparta just wrecked them? That's interesting. You know what I'm going to do, and I find it quite wise to do this, is probably talk to Sparta and influence action, and I would love to... Relations action? I would love to improve our opinion. Just so they don't go to war with us. Our opinion of them is terrible. It's because they declared war on us. Their opinion of us is fine. They're laconic. They're quite different than us, but yeah, whatever. Hopefully we'll end up taking this soon. And once we take this, I think we'll have to pause for a second just to regain some amount of composure. Oh my, come on. Give me the click we need. Also, I can't see the ship's blocking it. There we go, 14%. Look at this. What a great... I missed this game. It's so like Paradox games, like all of them, but just a little bit different in so many ways. Music's very nice. I do love the classical era. I think it's one of my favorite. I mean, I really love Rome 2 Total War, but no Risk of Civil War yet. That's good. I do love Rome 2 Total War, but it feels kind of samey at times, and I wish there were more factions. I do like that. I do like the overview battles and the real-time stuff, but I always love the campaign movements as well. If you could take that, city, buddy, I'd be very grateful. And roam freely. Alright, we are immediately going to sue for peace, and we are going to not do white peace. We're going to take this entire territory. No quarter. I think we'll probably spare these one of the families from these last two. Well, that does mean we have to divide up some... We want to get to Lapa, I think. And that does mean we're going to have to divide up some of this territory. Starving populations. Oh, that's good. They've starved to death. Who is disloyal? You're very disloyal. Grant stipends. Grant you some stipends. Alright, now when it comes to forts, I think maybe a fort here. Absolutely not a fort here. This connects to 2, this connects to... This one connects to 2 as well. They're both pretty large cities in terms of what they can build as well. I think we'll just rebuild the forts later. Right now I need the money. You have a fort. You have a fort. You have a fort. There's a lot of forts. So it's 100 plus 15 gold a month to recruit these mercenaries, and we might end up doing that. The thing about the mercenary recruitment is not only do they need to return to my territory, so they'll have to move out of here, move here, and then wait a spell. They're going to have no morale for a while. So I actually have to quite a bit of money. Oh man, we have so much importing we can do. Oh man, what do we want? I think the freemen are quite happy for the time being. Does glass give us any citizen output? No, it's just happiness. If I hadn't... What can I get a... I have iron now. More wood would give us spearman offensive. I haven't seen spearman yet, so it's not really a big deal. We have spices, olives. We don't have a marble glut. Nor will we be able to have one. I think getting just grain would be great. Grain and maybe extra fish. National Freeman happiness, yeah. Perfect. Now, I mean, we have just tons of food. I have to remember the order, you know, what should I be building in these cities? Because I want to maximize. I know increasing for slave is always great. Looks like the slaves are spreading out a little bit, which is good. Need some slaves there. This place has almost no one. And the question is, once I finish taking Crete, where's the next step, right? Like, pause for a second. Because I think my next step... This is a province in and of itself up here. Clades, the Nestorian League. I would love to take these islands. Maybe even take roads over here. When it comes to a region, though. Yeah, this belongs to an island series of its own. Because if I can just control the islands in the center of the Mediterranean to begin with, I'm moderately safe. There are still pathways to these islands. My homeland's safe. Would also really like to maybe get some Northern African holdings. And then maybe spread into mainland Greece. If that's the case, though, we actually need a navy. And I don't know where navy is. It's my navy listed. Build ships. They don't cost terribly much, and I actually do need 2 and 3, 4. Can anywhere else build ships? Nope. Nope. You can. Actually, yeah, why don't we get rid of you, and we'll also build some here. So we can actually have a proper navy going. We definitely want to get up to the Tetrari, and the Hexari, some of these massive ships later on. We'll start with this. We have 3, and then we have 6 more. That'll get us to 9, and then we can have something of a fleet to more protect ourselves from outside aggression. I really don't want to go to war until I can get this down to at least 7 or 8. War exhaustion's pretty bad. I don't know if there's another thing I can enact to get war exhaustion down. Maybe if I switched out... I switched out for this. Maybe they would do it. Supply, monthly wages, population. This is population growth. I would actually really like population growth. Yeah, I don't see anything to cut down on my war exhaustion. Might be a law I can enact. Oh, I wish I knew. I wish someone in the comments could tell me. We have agnatic primogeniture, which means our male heir is the one who's going to take the throne, the oldest. We had agnatic cognatic. Would it allow an equal ground for male and female children? That's if there's no valid agnatic seniority. Ooh, familiar marriage. In this manner of succession, the eldest child of the ruler will be the primary heir regardless of gender. In order to secure a strong, legitimate bloodline, however, it becomes commonplace for royal siblings to intermarry, thus avoiding any chance for the lineage to be sullied. I mean, we can enact this. I mean, it's weird, but coming from Crusader Kings 3, I think it's kind of the way to go. But you know, I've been NoMoreWorlds. I'll pick this up again in the next part, and then we'll finally finish unifying Crete. We can finish integrating our vassal, but I think that's going to affect the secondary army I have, because levies are based on manpower. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, you know, this is very useful to me, have this backup army here. I would love them not to join in the same war, because they're going to have 4,000 men match us equally. But maybe we get this mercenary army for a spell and just smash one of the armies. We'll have to disband it pretty quickly, though. I don't think we're going to have time for it. But you know, I've been NoMoreWorlds. Thank you so much for joining me, and bye for now.